And I can't believe that it seemed like just yesterday that we started this show, but it was actually, what, 7-8 weeks ago on December 8th.
How fast does it fly by for you and I? But for these players now who are on the bubble or those who are going to the tournament, it's been a long, grueling season. They're happy that it's over, probably.
They're really looking forward to maybe going down to the tournament now and really showcasing their stuff in front of the rest of the state of Maine. But we do begin with tonight with a premier game between Hodgdon and Fort Kent. Huge crowd on hand. They're standing already. The game isn't even underway, and they had a lot to cheer about in this game. The referees also got quite a workout. What a track meet in this one. 27-22 after one. Sam Henderson with 2 of his 28 points there. But then after that, it was Fort Kent. Jason Netto with that 3. That was his only 3 in the first half. He had 8 more in the second half, though. Netto ended up with 30 points on the night to lead Fort Kent to the win by a score of 85-80. And they love to run. Chad Tardy with a little jumper. Hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Ryan Martin, 22. Matt Thibodeau, 11. Corey Thibodeau with 10. Sam Henderson, 28 for the Hodgdon Hawks. Adam Carter with 13. These two teams will meet again Monday in the Aroostook League Championship for BC. That game will be in Caribou. Should be a great one. And moving on to our next game now, we move on to Knights. They took on Fort Kent. Watch this play by Brett Duty. Great box out, tips the ball out, races everyone, comes up with it, jams it for 2. Duty had a great night tonight, ending with 35 points for the Caribou Vikings. Brought the crowd to its feet, but it wasn't enough. Ryan Martin came through down the stretch. Martin, 34 points, 4 threes in the third quarter of play. He also hit the game-winning shot at the buzzer. Fort Kent comes back from 18 down at the half, and they go on to pick up the 86-83 win. Martin 34. Jason Netto, Matt Thibodeau, and Corey Thibodeau also ended in double figures. Fort Kent stops Caribou 86-83. The Caribou Vikings that's going to be coming up. Donnie DeMerchant with a spin move in the layup. He had 18 first half points and helped the Tigers onto a 6-point halftime lead. Third quarter, the Warriors were ready. Jason Netto ended up with 10 points, including a big 3. Brad Saucier and Ryan Martin also ended in doubles. The Warriors win 70-58. John Nichols, 26 for the Tigers. And moving on to Sherman State.
Some of the highlights going on. The Lady Hawks did come out running off the steal as Jody Quint setting up in the post, and she goes glass. 2 of her 17 tonight. Hodgdon led 17-2 after the first quarter. Southern looking to make a run in the second. This is Jana Walker in the paint using a nice pick from Shea Fox to lay in 2. She had 11 to lead the Warriors in scoring, but then from the inside and the outside, the Hawks have a lot of weapons. That's Quint from that's Wendy Ivy from the outside. She had 19 this evening. That's good enough for game-high honors. Hodgdon posts an impressive win on the road, 50-34, improving to 7-2, and Southern a rare home loss. They are now 8-3 on the season. Moving on to Fort Kent for the Warriors game with Callis, as always. Nice-looking crowd up north. We love going up there. Callis showing us why they're undefeated thus far this season. Kelly Dow with good position in the post. That's just too simple. Dow finishing up with 12 points. Fort Kent tried to answer from the outside. Vicky Bard leaving it short coming up here. But the presence of mind, no one boxed her out. Get back in there and put it back in. Bard with 8 points on the night. But Callis just too strong defensively. Watch Jean Delmonico. She'll read the pass, fill the lane, and then she goes all the way uncontested for the layup. The Lady Blue Devils win it going away. 73-38. Holly Tapley adds 18 for the winners. Check that 19. Callis, who remains a perfect 9-0 with the winners. Fort Kent drops to 3-8 this season. Check out the girls' scoreboard. Lawrence beating on Gardner by 7. You see the Morse Waterville score break, but the fancy pass here is picked off. At the other end is Jason Nadeau laying in 2 of his team-high 21. The Blue Devils got a great game out of junior Bob McManus. Nice dribbling coming up here, able to pull up by the foul line and bury the jump shot. He had 25 to pace all scorers, but it came down to defense. Fort Kent did a good job, and Callis didn't play any. Senior guard Chad Tardy gets McManus to cough it up. He had 17 for the Warriors, who roll over Callis to exact a bit of revenge. 92-60, they're up their record to 7-2. Callis dropping to 3-7. Other boys' action, busy night on the scoreboard. It was Matt.
The visiting Hawks came out smoking in the first quarter. Roman Carnes had 12 first stanza points. The Hawks went up 23-13 thanks to Carnes and a couple of big hoops from Sam Henderson, that long 3. The Warriors come back strong, though. Ryan Martin scores 2 of his 25 points. Corey Thibodeau, who unfortunately did all his scoring when the camera was off, tossed in 27, including his 1,000th career point. Congratulations, but more importantly, Fort Kent wins big, 82-69. The Class B tournament starts a week from tonight. Hodgdon is now in a wait-and-see position in Class C. 9 teams, 10 teams, 11 teams are all bunched together in the point standings. And on to St. Agat, where the Pioneers
and watch their boys play. The Wildcats came out sluggish, and Fort Kent made them pay. Corey Thibodeau with the pick. Nice look for Ryan Martin. He had 21. Fort Kent up 49-16 at the break. Ouch. Second half, Presque Isle looking to close the gap. Casey Keenan, he sees the court so well. Nice bounce pass to George Graves, and the Wildcats threaten to claw back into it. But the home team would have none of that this evening. This is pretty. Ryan Martin off the dribble. Look at the sweet touch. The Warriors spanked the Wildcats in front of a sold-out house, 88-68. Fort now 8-2. The Wildcats fall to 500. They're now 4-4. And the Fort Fairfield Tigers were hosting the Van Buren Crusaders. Start up with Fort Kent going against Stearns. Check it out here. Corby Thibodeau with a nice hoop in the first quarter. Finish up with 19 for the Warriors. This is obviously the Holton game that we're looking at first. The Holton girls were able to win the game. Bob Tweedy's troops win the game by a score of 66-51. They advance, and they'll play again in Bangor. So Tweedy's group does move on. Now let's check out the Fort Kent highlights, if we will. We saw the Lady Shire highlights. There they are, kids. Check it out in the first quarter. As I was talking about, Thibodeau with 19 points. Stearns would keep it close, though. John Montgomery with good work inside. 20 for Big John of Stearns. The lead is 9, but Fort Kent had the chance to run, and they made good on it. Ryan Martin coast to coast for 2 of his game-high 32. Fort Kent wins it 88-71. They'll play Orono in round 2.